This is the Sri Lanka Broadcasting Corporation.
(8:45). This is the Sri Lanka Broadcasting Corporation. The news edited by J. Yogaraj and read by Lavani Vijayatunga. First, we take a look at the headlines. Sri Lanka among the latest top 25 travel and leisure islands in the world. Quarantine curfew has been extended until 4 a.m. on the 21st Tuesday. Mahavali Water Management Committee has decided today to release water for 35 days for the Yala season. The vaccination program is implemented successfully island-wide. About 10 million out of a population of 20 million have been given both doses of the vaccine. Coronavirus update, 1,512 more recoveries in Sri Lanka. All economic centers will be opened from tomorrow. In news overseas, Biden and China's Xi hold first call in 7 months. And in sports news, Emma Raducanu reaches US Open final in New York. Those are the headlines, and now more to the details of the local news. The influential travel and leisure T&L magazine has included Sri Lanka among the latest list of top 25 islands in the world for holidaymakers. The magazine based in New York City, New York, said that this year's Best Awards survey was open for voting from 11th of January through 10th May 2021 as destinations around the world were lifting COVID-19 restrictions. Several rules have always allowed the readers to reflect on their travel experiences over the 3-year period. We hope that this year's honorees will inspire your own travels as you get back into the world, the magazine said. Sri Lanka was ranked as number 24 along with Seychelles with a score of 88.2. The best islands in the world, according to T&L readers, are kind of Instagram-perfect destinations that travelers fantasize about on their winter evenings, dreamy, sun-rich landscapes surrounded by the bluest waters. And since there's an island destination for everyone, what constitutes paradise likely boils down to specific interests of history, culture, heart-pumping adventure, or something else entirely. Quarantine curfew has been extended until 4 a.m. on the 21st Tuesday. Progress of the vaccination program and future activities were discussed at the COVID Prevention Committee meeting today. President Gotabaya Rajapaksa attended the meeting over video technology. 120,000 vaccine doses needed for the second dose of Sputnik V vaccine is scheduled to be received this week. Mobile vaccination programs are continuing. The President has emphasized the need to give vaccination to those who cannot arrive at the vaccines for persons over 60 years and individuals suffering from various illnesses. It was decided to keep all economic centers open. Discussions took place on the impact of nearly 700,000 students who have not been able to get primary education and preschool education due to the closure of schools in the year 2020 and 21. The technical committee, consisting of health and education officials, was instructed to look into the opening first more than 3,000 rural schools with less than 100 students. Army Commander General Shavendra Silva said that the President decided to extend quarantine curfew after analyzing reports on the spread of coronavirus. Minister Rohit Abhigunawardena says that the vaccination program is implemented successfully island-wide. About 10 million out of a population of 20 million have been given both doses of the vaccine. With the intervention of the President, the country will receive vaccines from all countries that produce them. Giving the vaccines to the age group between 20 to 29 years will be completed within the next few days. He mentioned this during the press briefing of Sri Lanka Podujana Peramuna today. Gambha district member Sunil Jala said that youth community in the Gambha district is being vaccinated. About 1.5 million persons in the district have been given the vaccine. This is the news from the Sri Lanka Broadcasting Corporation.
Get a personal loan for your marriage, education or housing within 24 hours with People's Bank Digital Banking.
And We continue with more local news. The Ministry of Health says that another 1,512 patients have recovered from COVID-19 infections and have been discharged within the last 24 hours. This brings the total number of coronavirus recoveries in the country to 409,628. Sri Lanka has so far reported a total of 477,636 confirmed cases of COVID-19, while 57,144 infected patients are currently under medical care at hospitals, treatment centers, and under home-based care. The death toll due to the virus in the country is 10,864. The number of people in Sri Lanka who received both doses of their respective COVID-19 vaccine crossed the 10 million milestone yesterday. Epidemiology Unit's update on the progress of COVID-19 immunization showed that 10,211,537 people in total have been fully vaccinated against the coronavirus to date. According to official data, a total of 13,264,806 people have so far received at least a single dose of COVID-19 vaccine. Ramping up the national inoculation drive, Sri Lanka is currently on track to vaccinate 60% of the population by mid-October this year. Long queues are observed near the vaccination clinics as the country's COVID-19 immunization program continues to operate despite the ongoing quarantine curfew. All economic centers will be open from tomorrow. This will enable the farmers and cultivators to distribute their produce to the nearest economic centers without any hindrance. Meanwhile, the prices of vegetables dropped sharply due to high volume of vegetables into the local market. The vegetables and other agro products made through organic fertilizers have also shown an increase in the local market. Minister Mahindananda Aluthukamage said that this will promote the organic cultivation among the local farmers. The minister also promised to implement a reasonable control price to these organic products. The minister instructed the relevant officials to make arrangements to distribute these agricultural products to the local market and thereby ensure a just and fair price to the consumers. The vegetables will be distributed to the district through the district secretaries, divisional secretaries, and coordinating secretaries. The government says legal entities and institutions have been vested with the responsibility of providing progress reports on the Easter Sunday attack. The information regarding the progress will be released by the relevant legal and law entities. The report of investigations and conclusions will be released in the near future. The indictments and verdicts on the concluded investigations will be revealed in due course. And to conclude the local news, the headlines once again. Sri Lanka among latest top 25 travel and leisure islands in the world. Quarantine curfew has been extended until 4 a.m. on the 21st Tuesday. Mahaveli Water Management Committee has decided today to release water for 35 days for the Yala season. The vaccination program is implemented successfully island-wide. About 10 million out of the population of 20 million have been given both doses of the vaccine. Coronavirus update, 1,512 more recoveries in Sri Lanka. All economic centers will be opened from tomorrow. And that was the local news.
Get a personal loan for your marriage, education or housing within 24 hours with People's Bank Digital Banking. People's Bank Digital Banking, your ultimate convenience.
A mother knows the pain of each member of the family. Siddhalepa, the trusted relief for aches and pains.
An effective therapy for relief from cold, sneezing, flu, headaches, swelling due to toothaches, rheumatic, discomforts, and muscular aches and pains. Siddhalepa, the Vidamahatmya in every home.
The main news story is brought to you by Siddhalepa Vedamahatmya.
The main news story for tonight, Mahaveli Water Management Centre has decided today to release water for 35 days for the Yala season. The meeting took place at Peradeniya Gannurua National Agricultural Information and Technology Institute. The water is supplied this time for the Maha season under the guidance and advice of the Ministry of Agriculture for a successful organic cultivation. It was emphasized that it will not be an obstacle to continuously issue water since the water capacity of large-scale irrigation schemes is between 50 to 90%. And that was the main news story.
The main news story was brought to you by Siddhalepa Vedamahatmya.
Brush your teeth twice a day for healthy teeth and gums. Supiriviki and Kakulu, your trusted brands in oral care for many years.
Supiriviki Ayurvedic toothpaste for adults. Kakulu Ayurvedic toothpaste for kids. 9 Ayurvedic ingredients of Supiriviki will protect your teeth and strengthen your gums. Supiriviki and Kakulu, products from Siddhaleba.
And now in Watch Light.
The doctors say patients suffering from chronic illnesses should take their prescribed medicines, although they have been given COVID vaccines. No medicine has been found globally to eradicate COVID-19. Therefore, Professor Priyadarshini Galapati of the Colombo Medical College said that taking expensive medicines cannot be approved. She said that antibiotics should not be taken to control COVID without medical advice. Meanwhile, the Health Ministry has advised the home-based patients to get the relevant advices from the expert doctors by dialing the number 1904. The hotline is available 24/7.
World News.
Headlines of the world news. US Biden and China Xi hold first call in 7 months. Hong Kong police raid Tiananmen Square Museum. North Korea military parade features hazmat suits and gas masks. Those are the headlines, and now more to the details of the world news. Chinese President Xi Jinping has spoken with his U.S. counterpart Joe Biden for the first time in 7 months. The White House statement said both leaders had discussed the responsibility of both nations to ensure competition does not veer into conflict. This is the only second call between them since President Biden took office. U.S.-China relations have been tense with clashes over issues like trade, espionage, and pandemic. A museum commemorating the deadly 1989 Tiananmen Square crackdown had been raided by Hong Kong police. Officers were later seen carrying exhibits out of the June 4th museum. 4 members of the group that ran the museum, the Hong Kong Alliance, were detained on Wednesday, including prominent pro-democracy activist and barrister Chow Nang-tung. The arrests were made under the national security law, which has maximum sentence of life imprisonment. North Korea has held military parade to mark the communist state's 73rd founding anniversary, but did not display any major ballistic missiles. The state media photos of the nighttime parade showed marching soldiers and workers in hazmat suits instead. Leader Kim Jong-un, who looked visibly slimmer, was seen among the unmasked crowd hugging children. North Korea is suffering from food shortages and a deepening economic crisis due to the COVID-19 pandemic. And to conclude the world news, the headlines once again. US Biden and China Xi hold first call in 7 months. Hong Kong police raid Tiananmen Square Museum. North Korea military parade features hazmat suits and gas masks. And that was the world news. And now we move on to development news. Palmyra Development Board has taken a historic step forward in promoting local products globally by opening new sales showrooms in France and also appointing distributors in France. State Minister of Plantation Arundhika Fernando and Chairman of the Palmyra Development Board Krishanta Pathiraja and other officials currently visiting France opened this showroom and were engaged in several other sales promotion activities in promoting coconut, Palmyra and Kithul products. And that was the development news.
Sports news.
Moving on to sports news, in tennis, British teenager Emma Raducanu reached the US Open final as her meteoric rise continued with a stunning straight set win over Greek 7th seed Maria Sakkari in New York. Raducanu, aged 18, extended a dream run with a 6-1, 6-4 victory in which her dominance again almost defied belief. She is the first to qualify to reach the Grand Slam final and will play another teenager, Laila Ferdinand, on Saturday. That was sports news, business news coming up.
A safe, easy and versatile app for all your banking needs. NSB Pay for monetary transactions, bill payments, reloads, credit card payments and Lanka QR transactions. A range of facilities with multiple account registrations. Access to your bank needs wherever you are. Download the NSB Pay app from the Play Store or the App Store for free now. For more information, call your nearest NSB branch or 0112 379 379. Conditions apply.
Business News, sponsored by National Savings Bank, the safest place for your money.
In business news, Sri Lanka's leading private bank, HMB PLC, joining several international renowned financial industry peers in contributing to the disclosure on issues of key interest to the global banking industry at the recently policy advocacy meeting of the Asian Bankers Association. HMB's managing director, CEO Jonathan Allis, in his capacity as the current chairman of the Asian Bankers Association, inaugurated the event, while HMB's chief executive director and chief operating officer, Dilshan Rodrigo, who also serves as the chairman of the ABA Policy Advocacy Committee, served as a session chairman. That was the business news. Economic news follows.
Business News, sponsored by National Savings Bank, the safest place for your money.
A safe, easy and versatile app for all your banking needs. NSB Pay for monetary transactions, bill payments, reloads, credit card payments and Lanka QR transactions. A range of facilities with multiple account registrations. Access to your bank needs wherever you are.
Economic news, courtesy of...
I bought my daughter a laptop for her work by managing my finances. Whatever the expenses may be, I can't afford to miss out on life's special moments like her birthday or our anniversary. So you need to invest to make your family's future flourish.
Saving money isn't easy when you have responsibilities. That's why we promise to give you the best returns and guarantee on your investment. LOLC Finance Fixed Deposits. Maximize your savings. LOLC Finance PLC, incorporated on the 13th of December 2001, is rated SLA stable by ICRA Lanka Limited and is licensed by the Monetary Board of the Central Bank of Sri Lanka under the Finance Business Act number 42 of 2011.
And economic news, local companies are to be allowed to raise dollar-dominated debt and equity on the Colombo Stock Exchange shortly. The relevant regulations have been approved by the Monetary Board and are expected to be presented to the Public Accounts Committee of the Parliament. The banking sector is expected to create gold-backed trading products in the market shortly. The instruments will trade on the multi-currency board of the Colombo Stock Exchange. CSE CEO Rajiv Bandaranayake said that the delivery versus payment system was the initial step, with further plans to introduce central counterparty system to allow for the creation of new and complex financial products. That was economic news and the weather report to conclude.
Saving money isn't easy when you have responsibility. That's why we promise to give you the best returns and guarantee on your investment. LOLC Finance Fixed Deposits. Maximize your savings. LOLC Finance PLC, incorporated on the 13th of December 2001, is rated SLA stable by ICRA Lanka Limited and is licensed by the Monetary Board of the Central Bank of Sri Lanka under the Finance Business Act number 42 of 2011.
Weather report.
And finally, the weather report. The Mid-Bay Hawaiian says several spells of showers will occur in the Sabarakamuwa and Western provinces and the Kandy and Nuwara together with Galle and Matara districts. A few showers will occur in the Northwestern province. Showers or thunder showers may occur at a few places in the Uva and Eastern province in the evening or night. Mainly fair weather will prevail elsewhere. This weather report was published this evening at 7:30 p.m. Further details could be obtained by visiting the official website of the department. Meanwhile, the International Weather Forecast website AccuWeather.com predicts that Colombo weather would be generally fair in the night. Today's daytime temperature was observed to be around 30 degrees Celsius. There will be light showers in many places in the Colombo district in the night. Tonight's temperature will be around 27 degrees Celsius and there will be scattered showers in selected spots late in the night. The ground temperature would be around 27 degrees Celsius at the time of this news broadcast. The air quality index AQI is 17, which shows fair condition in Colombo. The air quality is generally acceptable for most individuals. And before we conclude this bulletin of news, let's get back to the headlines once again. Sri Lanka among latest top 25 travel and leisure islands in the world. Quarantine curfew has been extended until 4 a.m. on the 21st Tuesday. Mahavali Water Management Committee has decided today to release water for 35 days for the Yala season. The vaccination program is implemented successfully island-wide. About 10 million out of the population of 20 million have been given both doses of the vaccine. Coronavirus update, 1,512 more recoveries in Sri Lanka. All economic centers will be open from tomorrow. In news overseas, US Biden and China Xi hold for the first time in 7 months. And in sports news, Emma Raducanu reaches US Open final in New York. And with that, we conclude this bulletin of news.